I've been thinking about making a video on this topic for quite a while now. In fact, I think it was around the time that I saw Library of a Vikings video about the dark side of BookTube, where he kind of showed a few booktubers who were dissatisfied with BookTube and their experience on it as a creator. Some things that were brought up in that video and some other people talking about the dark side of BookTube was things like it not being worth their time, how it's a ton of work, how it's expensive to do, how they don't enjoy reading as much, or even just not feeling appreciated for it. And I really wanted to respond to that video immediately, but I'm really glad I waited, because a lot has changed since then. A lot about my channel has changed since then. So I've gone from reading an average of about 4 books a month to reading about a book a month. I've gone from posting videos weekly or bi-weekly, depending on the point of time I was in, to posting videos not even once a month. I went on the verge of being monetized to being far away from being monetized. Maybe not very far, but at least a couple hundred hours away from being monetized. My channel, for a lack of better words, is dying. So now, thinking back to the video I was so eager to respond to, I see it from a totally different point of view now. I see that I was even more correct in my thinking than I thought I was back then. I have spent $0 on BookTube. I recorded my phone. I don't buy books. Like, you haven't ever seen a book haul video on my channel because I don't have money to spend on book hauls. And I've definitely never spent money specifically for the BookTube channel. I don't buy books on a regular basis. When I do buy the books that you see on where I go through each one of my books, it's for some big life event, and most of them are gifts, or I buy with gift cards. Each book has a special meaning to me because I don't just get to go around buying books whenever I want. I have spent $0 specifically on BookTube. And on top of that, I have made $0 on BookTube. I haven't earned a single penny. So by all accounts, I should be making the dark side of BookTube video, or maybe something like why BookTube isn't worth it. Instead, I'm going to talk to you why I enjoy BookTube so much, even though I haven't made a single penny off of it, even though it takes some thought, takes time, and why somebody might decide to start a BookTube channel right now for themselves, even in 2025, where I kind of see things popping up again, how it's hard to start a BookTube channel, how it's not worth the time anymore, how it's too saturated. So this video won't be long. It all essentially boils down to one thing, and that thing is BookTube being exactly what you make it. For me, I read a bunch, or I have read a bunch in the past. I read a little bit less now. I think about the books I read. I have strong opinions about the books I read, and I want to share my opinions on books. I don't have a lot of people who like books as much as I do, or thinks about books as much as I do in my life. Whereas the people who watch BookTube do think about books and enjoy books as much as I do. So BookTube gives me the space to share that passion with. And yes, I would love to get paid and compensated for my time one day, to earn residuals on the work I've put in. But until then, I am totally happy recording into the void. And not even a void. Like, I have close to 2,000 subscribers. I have some videos that, I think I have one video that has almost 20,000 views. I have a couple that are close to 10,000 views. Like, it's not a void. It's just, I'm just not popular. I view BookTube kind of the same way as I imagine my colleagues view golf. It's a hobby that I find relaxing and enjoyable to do in my free time. And just like golfers, there are many times that you might be able to get out to the course 3 times in a week or 3 times in a month. And there might be times where you don't get to hit a ball for 3 months, period. There are times where you don't even get to think about golf. And BookTube's that same kind of way. It's also like golf, where you might be doing really well one day. You might be scoring very well. I have runs on BookTube where every single video I get for a month or 2 months in a row might get close to 3 times the amount of my subscribers. Then I have times like now where I'm only getting a couple hundred views for videos. One of the ones I'm most proud of is one of those videos. A Canticle of Leibowitz, my review on that book, for example, was one of my worst performing videos of all time. But it's one of my personal favorites. Do I wish it had 1 million views? Yes, but I still enjoyed making the video. I enjoyed reading that book. I've got strong opinions about it, and I shared those opinions. And it's because of my expectation of BookTube, which is, it's a hobby. It's probably not going to make me money anytime soon, and when it does, it's not to replace my job. I love my job. I enjoy my job. I'm passionate about my job. I'm a junkie for my job, but this is something I enjoy doing. And that's not to say that having a goal to become someone like Daniel Green isn't an attainable goal or should be avoided. And what I mean by that is being able to quit your day job to do BookTube for a living. But if you're someone who has decided to go down that route, I wouldn't expect your experience to be the same as somebody who does this as a hobby. Your experience, the expectation you should go into is more like a high-risk startup business than a hobby experience. Someone who does this for a living has to worry more about the videos that underperform. They have to expect to read faster, to have more content. They might have to read books that they may not enjoy as much, that are popular, so that they can stay on top of the modern trends. I'm reading some of the least popular books of fantasy of all time. Like my Wizard Knight review, when I made that, I think there were 2 reviews on the Wizard Knight period on BookTube. Maybe there were more, I don't know. I didn't search all of BookTube, but for my short little search, there were only a handful of videos. So reviewing Gene Wolfe might be risky for somebody trying to do this as a job. It might be risky to call the romantasy genre, or the modern romantasy genre, porn. I don't think that's very popular to say right now. So all I'm trying to say in this video right now is that my channel right now is dying, and that's okay. I have priorities to my family and my career that push BookTube into the background, and I won't always be able to post on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. And when I finally do post, it may be some super obscure Gene Wolfe book. But I enjoy booktubing, and I will continue to upload when I can. I would love for this channel to be a stream of revenue one day, to earn a passive residual income off of it. But in the meantime, I want you to know that there are the people that are watching this video. I want you to know that the dark side of BookTube is entirely self-created, and you can have a blast on here without any of the stress, as long as you go into it with the right expectations. So hope y'all enjoyed the video. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll be back soon, hopefully, but maybe not for months. You might not see me till next year. So in the meantime, thanks for watching.